Manley Reference Silver is just as unique as its two siblings. Its superpower is focused in the long-forgotten frequency register of no, not the bottom end, no, not the top end. We're talking about mid-range. Ooh, mid-range is the secret weapon of translation. Why? Because no matter whether you're in the finest mastering suite or talking on the phone with a bad connection, the mid-range projects. It's where intelligibility resides. Think about Steely Dan, claimed by many to be the finest recorded music in the history of humanity. There is no big booty, no sizzle in there. You've got vocal, snare, guitar, keys, horns, all telling the story. And most modern music is built around the vocal, which incidentally is in the mid-range. Many folks audition mics a cappella, and they're seeking a Godzilla-like larger-than-life quality. Then they drop that vocal into the mix, and suddenly it's lost in the primordial stew. Take hip-hop as an example. The genre is predicated upon the relationship between the holy trinity of bass, kick, and vocal. Everything else is sweetener. If you add big bottom to that vocal, you've created one or more combatant competing for low end, and you'll never perfect the trifecta. It also excels on vocals with complex harmonies, like a Chris Cornell, may he rest in peace, or Doug Pinnick, and female powerhouses like Susan Tedeschi or Beth Hart that have a massive range, plummeting down into the darkness or straight up into the stratosphere. Many mics, like an AKG 414, are notorious for peaking and sounding so shrill in this upper register that the engineer is sent lunging for the EQ to keep everyone's eyebrows from bursting into flame. Not so with the Silver. It is forgiving. The Silver utilizes a 5670 dual triode vacuum tube followed by a Manley Iron 7228 output transformer and ships with a key to change the polar pattern from cardioid to omni by opening or closing a physical aperture to alter the directionality. Much like when your singer cuffs the mic, making it omnidirectional, and serenades your band with peals of feedback. The power supply has a magnetic landing pad so you can smoke out and not misplace your key. Speaking of power supplies, all mics come with a carrying case to protect your investment, shock mount. Note, the mic always lives in the shock. Why? It's one less opportunity to drop the mic. Spare shock rings and an elbow bracket for articulation. Power supply, because this is a tube mic, you do not need phantom power, and a 24-foot cable from the mic to the power supply. Stick around YouTube and give our demo tracks a listen.